Welcome to the Vicca Law podcast, Protecting Legacies, Resolving Conflicts. I'm Lidia Vicca, Director of Vicca Law, where we specialise in succession law, civil disputes and litigation in Queensland. If you want to safeguard your assets, navigate estate planning with confidence, or resolve legal conflicts effectively, you're in the right place. Join me each week as we break down complex legal issues into clear, practical insights, helping you protect your legacy and find solutions with certainty. Let's dive in. Hello and welcome back to the Vicca Law podcast, Protecting Legacies, Resolving Conflicts. I'm your host, Lidia Vicca, Director of Vicca Law, and today we are talking about the course that I've launched this month that should still be on an introductory offer by the time I record this, but maybe not by the time you're listening to it, so you can check. But the course is called Confidently Handle Your QCAT Claim. And I created this course because I really did see a gap of people that had money owed to them. The money was significant, of course, but it did not warrant legal fees. And they just had no idea what to do, no idea how to start. QCAT was definitely the forum that they needed to go to, but the website is confusing, the forms are confusing. The telephone people, they're not required, they're not meant to give you legal advice, but they're not overly helpful. And people were just getting really stuck. And they're just stuck in this little place where they're like, where do we go to? I want my money back. How do I do this? And so I have, over the years, successfully helped people go to QCAT themselves. I've helped them prepare the documentation, and then I have coach them and prep them into attending the mediation and the hearing, because you can't have legal representation at QCAT. It's not given as a matter of course. You have to apply for leave, and leave is very rarely given. So I've had to coach them through all that front-facing stuff, and they have been very successful. Now, my fees for doing that for clients is around $3,000 to $5,000, depending on the facts of the matter, how document heavy that it is. And that is not feasible when you have a $10,000 claim. Okay, or a $5,000 claim or a $6,000 claim. So I wanted to really bottle this up for people and give people the opportunity to do it themselves, but using all my secrets, I guess, all my little tips to help them really get through it confidently and confidently handle the claim. So I thought I'd do this podcast to explain what you can expect in the course and what it looks like. So the course has 7 modules, and we start with a real what is QCAT overview. And we go all the way to an enforcement, and then a bonus module of, if you're unsuccessful, whether you should appeal the QCAT decision. It is extremely comprehensive. So, for example, with module 2, we talk about preparing your application. Now, in that, I provide 2 case scenarios, one scenario for a minor debt claim, one scenario for a consumer trader claim. And I take those scenarios all the way through all the modules. And I give you all the templates. I give you samples of those scenarios that I have created. I give you all the prep sheets that I have given to my clients, and teach you through videos, many, many videos, how to do every single step. There is not a stone unturned. There will not be a need for you to double check it on the QCAT website or check it into ChatGPT, which I will tell you in a second why you shouldn't do that. I literally give it to you all. There is $3,000 to $5,000 worth of value in that course, 100%. It is no different than what I've taught my clients to do and allowed them to confidently handle their QCAT claim. For the mediation and the hearing, for example, I have prepared template worksheets for you to feel confident knowing what you're going to do in both of those scenarios, because of course the front-facing things are the hardest to do. But I really have delved in, been deep, and teach you how to present the relevant facts to the tribunal member so that they can make a decision in your favor. It is really a hand holding without me physically being there. I'm on video, I'm not physically there, but I'm really holding your hand through every single process. There's no time limit on the course. Once you buy it, you have it for forever. And I've done that because the time it takes to get a claim through QCAT can take a really long time. I think currently it's around a 41-week wait, but that's down from, I think it was close to 50 sometime earlier in 2026. So it can take a really long time. So there's no time limit on this. You can keep going back to it if you had a future claim in, the future. So it'd be great for small businesses. If you sometimes have multiple claims, you can go back and start it again. You're not required to have any legal training. I am talking to you as if you are an everyday person that has never been to QCAT before and don't know what to do. And that is really the value of the course. I've really bottled it up for you and made it super, super easy as well. So how do you get there? In the link in the show notes, you can download my free letter of demand template as a start. That's your starting number one point to get your money back. And then I've also got a link to the course as well. Now, a quick note about AI. All the courts in Australia, including QCAT, have issued a practice direction about the use of AI in presenting documents before the court. Because the reality is that AI tells you, the generative AI like ChatGPT, I don't know if Claude does it, I'm not really across it, but ChatGPT, Gemini, that's another one. They tell you what you want to hear. So if you're asking for a case that says this, if that case doesn't exist, they will make it up. And that is misleading to the court. And that is one of the fundamental problems with the use of generative AI in any of the courts, including QCAT, because they can mislead the court and you're not allowed to do that. So there are limits. And in developing the course, I have made it so that you don't have to use generative AI. It is all there for you. I've made it very simple, teaching you how to formulate your application, your submissions, or your arguments. It's very easy. There should be no need for you to use AI at all, and you shouldn't be using AI. They don't do it now, but I think there will come a time in the future where you will be required to certify that you haven't used generative AI in preparing any of your material before the tribunal or before courts. I think that that's the way we're heading because it's creating such a problem in the court system, particularly when there are people that aren't using lawyers. It's just increasing costs and time for everyone, but particularly the court system. And there have been many cases in America, but there's been a couple here where courts have been misled and lawyers have actually been struck off for their use of AI. So don't use AI. This is not the time to use AI. The course has bottled it up for you in a nice little price, $3,000 to $5,000 worth of value, bottled up for you in the course, confidently handle your QCAT claim. So use the links below. Get in there. If you have any questions about the course, you can email qcat@vicalaw.com.au. and we can help you out. But otherwise, it is literally all there for you. You really shouldn't need to know, you shouldn't really need to email me at all. So thanks for listening. I hope that's given you a really good overview of the course. I'm so excited about it. I've literally been working on it for 2 years. So to have it, oh God, I'm getting goosebumps, but to have it available to everyone and everyone to use it is just so special to me. So thank you so much for listening, and I will speak to you next month. Bye. That's a wrap for this episode of the Vicca Law Podcast, Protecting Legacies, Resolving Conflicts. I hope you found today's insights helpful in navigating your legal journey. If you're ready to take the next step in securing your legacy or finally dealing with your dispute, you can pop on my website, www.vicalaw.com.au, to book a free consultation with me, Lidia Vicca. You can also subscribe to our newsletter or find out more about today's topic. Your future begins now, and we're here to guide you every step of the way. Until next time, I'm Lidia Vicca, signing off. The Vicca podcast comprises general information and does not serve as a substitute for professional advice. Prior to making any legal decisions, individuals are advised to seek independent professional guidance and assess the suitability of this information for their own individual goals and objectives.